Good morning and welcome back to FGCL action on the final day of the regular season, and we will go through all the stakes as things kick off here at Palmasola Park in Bradenton, Florida. And strike one is thrown, or beg your pardon, ball one is thrown by Maggie Place. It's the Sarasota Loggerheads taking on the Lakewood Ranch Rodeo here on field one. Glad that you're with us. Gray Robertson here with you as per usual. That one is popped up by Clark. And there's one down. The Rodeo enter in at 7-7, currently in 5th place in the FGCL. A win will lock them into the 5 seed. A loss, and they're either the 5 or the 6 seed. The Loggerheads are 6-9. They're in 9th place. A win would keep them out of the bottom 4. So let's get into the starting lineup for the Loggerheads, coached by Danielle Watson-Moore. You just saw Morgan Clark pop out. Now a 0-2 count on the shortstop, Ava Vandernoot. Sophia Jin, the center fielder's batting 3rd. Alex Cutnelly, the first baseman, hits 4th. Lexi Beldowitz, 3rd base in the 5 spot. Grazia Mazzola, the second baseman, bats 6th. Ava Davis is in left, hitting 7th. Rebecca Lewis, the catcher, bats 8th. And Sophia Mazzola is batting 9th. She's the DP. And quickly, a little too quickly for my taste, 2 outs are recorded by Maggie Place, previous winner of Pitcher of the Year here in the FGCL. Place on the summer enters with a 5.73 ERA, a 2-4 record, 29 1/3 innings, 39 hits, 28 runs, 24 earned, 12 walks, and 20 strikeouts. Two-0 count on Sophia Jin, who has been named an FGCL All-Star. The All-Star teams are publicized. I don't know if they've been released yet, per se. But Sophia Jin's on there. She's had a great summer. Called strike there, 2-1. And the reason, well, let's talk about the batting average. 469, 15 of 32, 5 RBIs, 3 doubles, 13 runs scored, and an OBP of 575. Has been outstanding for the Loggerheads. And she's going to add to all those totals. 2-out base hit here in the first. Loggerheads go from all-star to all-star. Here's the RBI leader in the FGCL, Alex Cutnelly. First pitch, goodbye! Alex Cutnelly with home run number 8. A 2-run shot to start things off here in the first. That was a tank. Now 29 RBIs, 8 home runs for Cutnelly. Not bad. Pretty good start. And tough for Place, who looked like she was ready to work through this first inning with ease. Now she's got to face the newest commit of Rutgers, Lexi Beldowitz, who fouls off that one. Lexi going to Rutgers by way of South Florida. This summer, batting .457, 16 of 35, 9 RBIs, 3 homers, a double, and 7 runs. A little bit of a sticky day today here at Palmasola. I say that from experience. I do not like the way the sweat is pooling all over my arms. So early into the process. Final day of the regular season. No one's foul. 2-2. So that means the importance of these games can't be overstated. Over on the other field, this also impacts the rodeo a little bit. Slice and Fins. If the Fins were to beat the Slice, there is a scenario where the rodeo could drop to the 7 seed. Slice has locked up the top spot there, the 1 seed in the postseason that starts on Thursday. If you have any questions about the postseason, you can hit me up on Twitter at Gray_Robertson. The bracket is not filled out. The format is done. We know how it's going to go. First and second round on Thursday, semis, quarters and semis on Friday, championship Saturday. It'll be a test of endurance, if nothing else. And certainly a test of depth for all these teams as well. In the circle, offensively. And that's ball 4. Nice walk drawn by Beldowitz to keep the magic going here in the first inning. Now she's got to worry about Grazia Mazzola from Washington. Mazzola batting .250, 9 of 36, 7 RBIs, a homer, 4 doubles, and 11 runs scored. Foul ball. Count runs full on Mazzola. Called strike 3. Good spot by Place to get out of the inning, but the Loggerheads do strike first. 2-run homer by Alex Cutnelli, adding to the impressive league. And we go to the bottom of the first. Rodeo hitting for the first time. 2-0 Loggerheads as we start the bottom of the first inning. And here's the lineup for Allie Ledenham's Lakewood Ranch Rodeo. Sam Walls, the left fielder, is leading off with Daniela Monaco, the center fielder, batting second. Lily Scheibert is the third baseman in the 3 spot. Carly Meredith is the DP, batting cleanup. There's a strike. Montgomery Henderson, the first baseman, bats 5th. Carly Pearson, shortstop in the 6th hole. Danny Franz, the catcher, bats 7th. Batting 8th is Sam White, the extra hitter. In the 9 spot is Madeline Miller, the second baseman. And batting 10th is the right fielder, Cam Allen. They're taking on Carly George in the circle out of Dodge City. Wall slaps that on the right side. Flip in time for out number 1. George on the summer, a 12.28 ERA and an 0-1 record. 17 2/3 innings, 27 hits, 36 runs, 31 earned, 24 walks, and 11 strikeouts. In steps Mercer's Daniela Monaco, who takes ball 1. Monaco batting .321, 9 of 28, 2 RBIs, 4 doubles, 2 runs scored. Defensive alignment for the Loggerheads looks like this. Davis in left, Jen in center, Clark in right. Beldowitz at third, Vandernoth at short, Grazia Mazzola at second, Cutnelli at first, and Lewis behind the plate. Another ground ball over to second. Mazzola makes the grab. And the throw for out number 2. A couple 4-3s to start things off as UMass's Lily Scheibert steps in. 4 of 26 on the summer, 154 average, 6 RBIs, a home run, a couple runs scored. Called strike. Scheibert lines that out to right. That's a rip. And a 2-out base hit here in the bottom of the first. Keep in mind, Loggerheads got all that damage done with 2 outs in the top half. Now the Virginia Cavalier, Carly Meredith, will try and do a little something here at the plate. 2 for 16 with 2 RBIs, a double, and 2 runs. And that got away. Glad that you're with us here this morning. Gray Robertson up here in the booth. Pleased to be guiding you along this final day of the regular season. Got a big one after this. Squeeze and Mox finally meet here on the final day of the regular season. That'll be here at noon. Could determine the 2 seed, depending on things elsewhere. Lewis throws down to third. It was way late. Wild pitch will move Scheibert. So full count for Meredith. And she's going to bring in Lily Scheibert. How about an RBI single for Carly Meredith? And the 2-out production continues in this game. Rodeo on the board. Just a good AB by Carly Meredith. And they're going to run for her. Cash Herber is going to come and do the running. Now doing the hitting is Montgomery Henderson out of Oklahoma State. 9 for 26, 346 average, 6 RBIs, a homer, a double, and 2 runs scored. That's in the dirt. Off goes Herber. Good read on that one pretty quickly. Pretty immediate chance for the Rodeo to tie this thing up. 2-0 is a strike, 2-1. Henderson, a freshman last year for Oklahoma State. Something is buzzing around my head. I don't love that. That's low, 3-1. Whether or not we realize that we're always battling the elements. "3-1" is lined out to left field. Stop sign put up at third. Now Henderson goes to second, and then a run will come in, and she's safe. This game is tied. And Danielle Watson-Moore will come out and have a word. No RBI for Henderson. But she has squared up this ball game, and the similarities between innings are quite remarkable. 2 quick outs, and then chaos. Now Carly Pearson from Winthrop will try and give the Rodeo the lead. Pearson 3 for 14 this summer with 3 runs scored. She has walked 6 times. Ooh, a little breeze. That's nice. Called strike, 1-2. Called strike 3. Wow. So the bottom of the first inning ends just like the top of the first did, and basically we reset and go again. Tied up at 2 after 1. Entertaining beginning here between the Rodeo and the Loggerheads on field 1. Bottom of the order, 7, 8, 9. Due up for the Loggerheads, Davis, Lewis, and Mazzola. That was ball one on Ava Davis. As we start the second inning, Maggie Place back out to work. And working in a strike there on Davis out of Houston Christian. Ava 6 for 22, 273 average, 4 RBIs, 3 runs scored. 1-1 is grounded over to first, and the race is won by Henderson for the first out. I realize I did not give you the defensive alignment for the Rodeo. Walls in left, Monaco in center, Allen in right, Shivert at third, Pearson at short, Miller at second, Henderson at first, Franz behind the plate, and expect changes. If we get to them, we will let you know. First pitch to Rebecca Lewis is foul back. Lewis 4 of 23, 174 average, 2 RBIs, 7 runs scored. Swing and miss on the changeup, 1-2. And the strikeout for Place, her second, 2 down. Brings up Mazzola. Sophie Mazzola out of Washington, batting .424, 14 of 33, 5 RBIs, 2 doubles, and 12 runs. On-base percentage for Mazzola at a nice .512. Over on the other field, top of the second inning, and the Slice has a 2-0 lead on the Finns. And here it's a 1-2-3 inning for Maggie Place. Nice bounce back here in the second to get the Loggerheads down in order. And we go to the home half, all square here on field one. 7-8-9 due up for the Rodeo here in the second, and a first pitch ball to Danny Franz. Franz, Miller, or White and Miller due up. Three and out. Full count now. And there's ball four. So Franz draws the walk. As we get everything aligned up here. Always something going on that we got to adjust, even if it's not on this field. They'll run for the catcher Franz. It'll be Herber who does it again. Now Sam White out of Illinois Chicago steps in. Lays down a beautiful bunt. Beldowitz has to hurry, and the out is recorded. And now look out. Herber is going to be out at third. Not at all how that was supposed to go for the Rodeo. So just like that, two down. For Madeline Miller. Miller out of Winthrop takes first pitch strike. Batting 167, 4 of 24 with an RBI and 3 runs scored. Just like that, 0-2. They keep mirroring each other. We might be here all day at this point. That's going to... Oh, it's foul. And Miller gets the base hit. Just snuck it right through the 3-4 hole. 2 out production continues for the Rodeo offense. Which brings up the 10-hitter Cameron Allen. 0-1 on Allen. Out of Walter State, looking for a new home. Cam, 4 for 22, 182 average, 2 RBIs and 3 runs scored. George misses low, 1-1. Ground ball to first, and a quick step on the bag by Cutnelly retires to the side. So 0 for the Rodeo. And we're still tied up at 2 after 2 here on field 1. Top of the order for the Loggerheads here in the 3rd. Clark, Vandernoth, and Jen against Maggie Place. Morgan Clark popped out her first time up. Didn't get to redo her stats prior to that out because we got started so fast, and then sadly she got out very quickly. Now 8 of 23, 4 RBIs, a homer, 2 doubles. She got under that one. Could be trouble, but a nice job by Miller running over from second for the out. Bringing up Fordham's Ava Vandernoth, who grounded out in the first. That made Ava 8 for 26. Entered the day hitting .320 with 3 RBIs and 6 runs scored. Really good on base percentage coming into today, .514. Trying to set the table for those 3 big hitters right behind. You've got the crisp average of Sophia Jen, the RBI power of Cutnelly, and then kind of both for Beldowitz. The sun is very much shining right on my right arm here at Field 1. Trying to avoid deepening the sunburn that has eclipsed pretty much the entirety of my body after the 4th of July. Very important payoff from Place to Ava Vandernoth. Here's the 3-2, ball 4. And this feels like a chance now for the Loggerheads. You've got Jen coming up. Already singled and scored. See if Jen tries one of those patented drag bunts that she's so good at. That got away. Wild pitch will send Vandernoot to second. And they'll call time. Let's check in on the other field. We've got a brief second. Again, important game over there for the Rodeo's purposes. They would like to see the Slice win, and currently that's looking good. Bottom of the second, Slice 5, Fins 0. That is a foul ball. 2-2. Jen out of Stanford. Trying to give the Loggerheads, if not the lead, a great chance to take it with Cutnelly on deck. Called strike 3. Great pitch by Place on the outer half. Her third strikeout. 2 down. Now you've got Cutnelly, who had the 2-run homer in the first inning. Probably going to see Place start with a changeup, I would guess. Ooh, instead went way away. Easy take for Cutnelly, 1-0. This is popped up. Let's see if it stays in play. It will not. Right on those secondary bleachers. 2-2. Oh, a little breeze now. That's a very welcome respite from what we've been dealing with so far today. Another foul ball. Cutnelly was an absolute star last season at St. Mary's, first team All West Coast Conference. 41 RBIs for the junior for the Gales, part of that historic team that made the Eugene Regional Final before falling to Mississippi State, who went on quite the run themselves this past year. Cutnelly kind of handcuffed over to short and no play. So the average will go up, no additional RBI, but runners on the corners for the Loggerheads for Lexi Beldowitz after the infield single. I think that's pretty smart from Pearson to not try and force the issue there. Would have been very hard to get Cutnelly at first and the odds of an error are probably higher than the out. Now you've got Beldowitz, who walked earlier. First pitch is popped in the air, playable, and caught in foul ground by the Rodeo. Couple left stranded. And we go to the bottom of the third. Rodeo trying to grab the lead when we come back. New pitcher to face the top of the order. Walls, Monaco, and Schreiber due up against Michaela Smith out of Oklahoma State. 4.92 ERA, 1-2 record. 21 and a third inning, 17 hits, 15 runs all earned. 18 walks, 17 strikeouts. First pitch in the dirt. Carly George got the start. I do believe she will re-enter at some point. She went 2 innings, 4 hits, 2 runs, both earned, 1 walk and a K. And we get Sam Walls, who's 0 for 1 with a ground out. Entered today, hitting .429, 3 RBIs, a double, and 7 runs. Walls lifts that to center field. Into the waiting glove of Jin for out number 1. Oh, the dog is back and loud. That wiener dog's got some viciousness. Now Monaco grounded out earlier as well. First pitch ball. Monaco, a Mercer Bear, back in the league after playing with the Rodeo last summer. One change defensively for the Loggerheads, by the way. Brooke Pashota, the FGCL All-Star, is now in behind the plate. Not sure if the All-Star teams have been posted yet. Let me check Twitter. And Peixoto, or bigger pardon, Monaco swings and misses as Peixoto catches strike 3. But this was the same scenario the Rodeo found themselves in the first when they put up a 2 spot. It started with Lily Shivert's 2-out single. She later came around to score. Let's see what she does against Smith. Way out in front of the off speed, 0-1. Again, 0-2. Go back to it a third time. Put a little further out the zone. See if you get a chase. If you do, awesome. She's probably not hitting it. If you don't, you reevaluate on the 1-2. Let's see what Smith decides. Shook off a couple. That time went hard out, and it was taken, 1-2. Fouled off. Now the 3-2 to Shivert. Fouled off. I have gotten confirmation that All-Stars have been posted. All-Stars have been posted. So you can check the FGCL Twitter and see who all made the All-Star team. All-Star game tomorrow at 11 Eastern. Home Run Derby at 10 Eastern. And Michaela Smith is cooking right now. That same off-speed pitch that got a couple swings and misses early gets the strikeout to wrap up the third. We go to the fourth, all tied up at 2 here on field 1. Six, seven, eight for the Loggerheads here in the fourth. Both teams with 2 runs. Loggerheads have done it on 3 hits, no errors, and 3 left. Rodeo, 2 runs on 4 hits, no errors, and 2 left. It's Grazia Mazzola, Ava Davis, and Brooke Peixoto here in the fourth. And we need a right fielder. I would recommend having one of those if I'm the Rodeo. See who runs out there. Ball one to Mazzola, who struck out looking in the first. One and one. Place has had the off-speed cooking. 1 and 2. It's off the end of the bat, popped over to short. Catch secured by Pearson, I think. Who knows who it is, but either way, the shortstop made the grab for out number one. Well hit by Ava Davis out to right, but better defense out in the outfield for out number two. Again, if you're new here, you haven't been here, the Rodeo does free defensive subs, which is allowed and totally fine, but we don't necessarily know who it is, and keep in mind there wasn't a right fielder to start the inning. They had to say, hey, we need a right fielder, so I really don't know who made that catch, but shout out to her. And now here's the all-star Brooke Pashota, who takes strike one. Pashota is batting .316, 12 of 38, 14 RBIs, 3 homers, a double, and 7 runs scored. Going to play for our friend Fico at FGCU. It's a slow roller to second, and that was a very efficient 1-2-3 inning for Maggie Place. Looking like that player who won Pitcher of the Year in the FGCL a few seasons ago. She keeps the Loggerheads off the board again, and we go to the bottom of the fourth, all tied up at 2. Four, 5, 6 for the Rodeo here in the fourth against Michaela Smith. It's Meredith, Henderson, and Pearson. Carly Meredith, RBI single and a run scored in the first inning. Her temp runner scored. And Meredith has another hit. I think I have seen legitimately every hit Carly Meredith has this summer. I know I've seen 3 of them, and she's got a leadoff single. Cash Herber will come and run for her. Not bad to have an all-star ready to take it on the base paths. Montgomery Henderson. She singled in the first inning. Called strike. And Herbert can run. Now, the thing about the temporary runner, so as not to ruin all the sub things, if Herbert were to steal, it would technically go to Carly Meredith. One. Henderson through the 5-6 hole and just under the glove. Over it short. Back-to-back singles and a chance for the Rodeo. 2 on, nobody out. If I'm Carly Pearson, lay it down. Struck out looking earlier. That was against a different pitcher, but this is a bunt situation all day. Swinging away, though. Takes it for ball 1. Again, it will be interesting to see how postseason changes the calculus here. In a tournament game, there's no thinking. This is a move the runner spot. Last day of the regular season, though, here in the FGCL. Oh, there's the bunt, but it's foul. 1-2. That's caught, and they're going to get the double play. Henderson slipped. And Cutnelly does it all herself for a twin killing here in the 4th. And now Danny Franz. She walked earlier, takes strike 1 here. Franz from Lindenwood, time called. Entered today, hitting .269, 7 of 26 with 3 RBIs, a homer, a double, and 5 runs. Danielle Watson-Moore having a word with Michaela Smith, so we will use this brief respite to check in on Field 2. Lance is over there this morning. He'll be over here for the 2:30 window. Oh my, top of the 4th. Slice up on the Finns, 10-2. So the Slice are going to roll into the postseason. And barring the biggest comeback in FGCL history, the Finns are going to move into the playoffs on a 7-game losing streak. And a Finns loss would ensure the Rodeo is either the 5 or the 6 seed, no matter what happens over here. Oh, and 2. So things are starting to take shape. A Rodeo win secures them in 5th, no matter what. A Loggerhead win, and it's possible that they're the 7 seed, should the Finns lose. Loggerhead loss, and they could fall look and see who all plays today. Again, a lot was up in the air. A Loggerhead loss, they could fall as far as 12, potentially. So we're talking wide ranges here. Again, the Loggerheads could be anywhere from the 7 seed to the 12 seed, depending on the results today. I've got 2-2. 2-2 from Smith. Franz grounds that to second. Helpful hop right to Mazzola. And we go to the 5th. Still tied up at 2. Just those runs in the first inning, and that's it here on field 1. New pitcher in the ballgame for the Rodeo as we go to the 5th inning. Loggerheads will send up 9-1-2. Mazzola, Clark, and Vandernoth against Sadie Armstrong out of Longwood. 3.97 ERA, 24 and 2/3 innings, an 0-2 record, 32 hits, 21 runs, 14 earned, 9 walks, 9 strikeouts for Sadie. After Maggie Place gives them a good start, the 2-run homer in the first, but after that she really settled down. 4 innings, 3 hits, 2 runs, both earned, 2 walks, and 3 strikeouts. I really liked what I saw from Maggie today. Looked a lot more like her usual self. New pitcher going to North Texas. Sophie Mazzola flew out earlier. Bunts that one foul. Loggerheads team hitting .344 as a squad. They've been consistently with the top batting averages in the FGCL all summer long. That has offset a pitching staff that has had the occasional moment of brilliance, but team ERA-wise is down near the bottom. They're also without a couple pitchers today. Caroline Stanton is at the ESPYs doing National Gatorade Player of the Year things, and Sydney Jackson, I think, is on a visit. I'm not sure if that's 100%, but I believe that's where she is. 2-1. Outside, 3-1. That is well struck, but tailing foul. Hard shot, weird hop, handled beautifully. And there's the first out. Back to the top of the order with Clark, who's looking to square something up. Couple pop-outs today, one to first, one to second. Loggerheads just the one hit since that first inning. It was a single by Cutnelly. But Clark is going to add to the hit total, maybe with extra bases, all the way out to the fence. She'll glide into second with a one-out double, and that's how you do it. Got something she could really rip into that was elevated. And Morgan Clark, who's looking for a new home after not playing softball this past year, has her third double of the summer, and here's Vandernoth, who walked earlier, 0 for 1 on the day. But now it feels like the Loggerheads have something set up. They can get a clean look for Cutnelly, who's not far away from stepping in. Certainly, Vandernoth and Jen can drive Clark in as well. She's got good speed. Coming up next on this field, one of the OG rivalries in the FGCL, the Mocs and the Squeeze. Mocs trying to secure second place. A win for the Squeeze would really throw that into a tiebreaker palooza. Slow roller, great stop on the infield to save a run. Clark holds at third. They're on the corners. It's a base hit for Vandernoth, but that play at second base by Pearson made sure this game stayed tied at 2. Now you've got Jen stepping in. 1 for 2. Singled and scored in the first. Struck out looking in the third. Called strike. This also means, barring a double play, Cutnelly, I'm going to keep talking about. She's the most dangerous bat in this league. She's going to get a shot here. And another RBI situation, as luck would have it. I would assume Alex Cutnelly, just because that's how the lineup keeps working out, has the most at-bats with runners in scoring position this season in the FGCL. I wish I had that data. Just high. 2-1. Three and one. I would not recommend walking Jen here. That's what's happened. It got all the way back. Clark will hold, and that's wise. Bases loaded. 1 out for Alex Cutnelly. 2 for 2 today. A 2-run homer in the first, a single in the third. 29 RBIs, 8 home runs on the summer. An all-star. Maybe an award winner. Called strike. Armstrong's worked ahead 0-2. Changeup is cued. Oh my goodness. That time the changeup is high, 1-2. I like going back to it. It just feels like anytime you're pitching against Cutnelly, you're kind of holding your breath. One, two. Cue ball to second. There's one. A run will score. So it's another RBI to give her 30 on the year. And the Loggerheads have grabbed the lead, 3-2 here in the fifth. Now Belderwitz, who's 0 for 1, a walk and a pop out. A Jersey girl going back, committed to play at Rutgers by way of South Florida. Freshman last year. Hometown is listed as Oviedo, Florida, but grew up in New Jersey. Cutnelly will scoot on over to second on the stolen base, adding to the statistical profile. One, two. Ground ball to short. The throw is perfect. That is a great job by Armstrong. You got bases loaded, one out, and the two big hitters for the Loggerheads up, and you just give up the one run. Still, the Loggerheads lead as we go to the bottom of the fifth here on field one. Bottom of the order. Do it for the rodeo. Trying to answer. White, Miller, and Allen. Then beyond that, you've got some subs coming once we get back to the top of the order. But for now, Sam White, who laid down a sacrifice in the second, could have been something, but then the runner, who was trying to move over, got caught between second and third. Let's check in over at the other field, see how that's cooking. They might be done. Top five, it's 10-3 slice over the fin, so not in a run rule situation yet. Could get back to one. Michaela Smith still working in the circle for the Loggerheads. White fights that one off. Oh, goodness gracious. Full count. Ball four. It's a very good hold and walk drawn by White. Now you got Madeline Miller, who singled in the second. Opportunity here for the rodeo. Called strike. That was the first walk surrendered by Michaela Smith so far. She's been pretty effective. Faced a little drama in the last inning, but a line-out double play wrapped that up. Got her. Nasty from Smith, her third strikeout. Good bounce back after the walk. And Cam Allen will get her chance against Smith. Ground out in the second inning. She was the final batter to face Carly George. Tried to bunt. 0-1. out in front there, 0-2. And another for Smith. Back-to-back Ks. 4 now in relief. And back to the top of the order with now Riley Haith. Haith out of Nevada. Getting her first at-bat of the game. Batting .375, 9 of 24, 5 RBIs, 4 doubles, 4 runs. Poked over to second. And that's how you do it. Mazzola to Cutnelli to send us to the 6th. Loggerheads up by a run, 3-2 here on field 1. Six, 7, 8. Here in the 6th for the Loggerheads, trying to add to a 3-2 lead. Mazzola, Davis, and Peixoto. 0 for 2 day for Grazi and Mazzola. Take strike 1. Armstrong back out in the circle. I think that got our umpire 0-2. And she got her. First strikeout for Armstrong in relief. Boy, pitching in this game has been really good. I mean, the first inning was a little squirrely, but beyond that, I know the Loggerheads scored a run in the 5th, but that was pretty impressive stuff by Armstrong to get out of that. Bases loaded RBI leader at the plate. David Davis is 0 for 2. Ground out and a well-hit flyout. Ooh, our umpire showing the hands there. 0-1. Oh, that's stunning. Oh, my goodness, Ava Davis. What in the world do you do about that? Answer, not a thing. The old swinging bunt is the 6th hit of the ball game for the Loggerheads. Brings up Brooke Pashota, who grounded out in the 4th. Transfer from UNLV to FGCU. Over to first. They'll get... Oh, no. They won't get the lead runner. It's maybe a little late on the throw. So the unsuccessful fielder's choice. A little debate there about whether to challenge or not. And the one look I saw, I did not see anything that would make me think it should be overturned. Sophie Mazzola, first pitch foul. 0 for 2, fly out and a ground out today. Ground ball, chance for 2. There's 1. The throw to first will be late. This time a successful fielder's choice, and 2 gone. Runners on the corners for the top of the order. Morgan Clark, 1 for 3 day. Couple pop outs and then a double and a run. First pitch slow rolled to second. The flip ends the inning. It's a good job yet again by Armstrong, dancing out of danger. And we go to the bottom of the 6th. Rodeo still hanging around, down a run against the Loggerheads. All-Star Cash Herber leads off and takes strike one here in the 6th. It's Herbert, Taylor, and Meredith. Cash batting .438, 5 RBIs, a homer, 3 doubles, 13 runs, 14 of 32. That's a dirty pitch. That one high, 1-2. It's been one of Smith's best outings of the summer, and she's got another strikeout. Got to pull out the stats. That's 5 for her. Sits down Herbert. Doesn't strike out much at all. Now Grace Taylor out of Illinois, Chicago. Fouls off the first pitch. Taylor batting .250, 4 RBIs, a double, and 4 runs. Over on the other field, the Finns have stayed alive. It's now 12-6 slice, bottom of the 5th. So no run rule there. Here it's been all about the clutch pitching. Good defense over here as well. That pitch has been on today for Smith. Kind of an off-speed curveball. 2-2. Be curious if that's what she considers her straight change, but looks more off-speed curvy to me. Slow roller to short. Got to hurry in time. Two down for Meredith, who's had a really good day, 2 for 2. First pitch high. RBI single and a run in the first for her temporary runner. Singled in the 4th. Ooh. Meredith looking for 3 for 3, but it's caught in center. Oh, man. What a play by Jen to end the inning. Beautiful grab in center field. And we go to the 7th. Loggerheads still up 3-2. Loggerheads looking for insurance here in the 7th. Good part of the order. Vandernoth, Gin, and Cutnelly. Against Sadie Armstrong, trying to give her team a crack in the home half. First pitch strike to Ava Vandernoth, who's 1 for 2. Ground out in the 1st, walk in the 3rd, single in the 5th. Another good OBP day for the Fordham Ram. It's a ground ball to short. A couple pitches, and 1 down. And in steps Jen. She's also reached twice. Singled and scored in the 1st, struck out looking in the 3rd, walked in the 5th. Pulls back the bunt, ball 1. It's going to be very interesting to see how Danielle Watson-Moore cooks up the lineup in the postseason. I think you want Jen in front of Cutnelly constantly. Beldowitz protecting her makes sense. I think you're probably going to see them. If it were me, I think I would go Vandernoth with that OBP leadoff, Jen 2, Cutnelly 3, Beldowitz 4. Maybe Sophie Mazzola in the 9 spot, turning it over. Because Jen just keeps reaching. There's a 4-pitch walk to bring up Cutnelly, who's 2 for 3 today with 3 RBIs. She's driven in all the runs for the Loggerheads. 2-run homer in the 1st, single in the 3rd, RBI fielder's choice in the 5th. She's hit that 30 mark in runs driven in this summer. 2-2. That popped into Viduridan. That's just too much space for Jen. She'll move ahead on the wild pitch. Full count on Cutnelly. Ball 4. Cutnelly draws the walk. Back-to-back free passes. And that sets up Beldowitz with 1 out. Loggerheads looking for the dagger. Beldowitz is 0 for 2. Walk in the first, pop out in the third, ground out in the fifth. This is sent way up into the clouds, out towards center. Jen will tag up, so will Cutnelly. Good base running. Both players move ahead. Two in scoring position on the deep fly out. And a chance here for Mazzola. Grazi Mazzola is 0 for 3. Strikeout in the first, line out in the fourth, strikeout in the sixth. Mazzola through the middle. That'll bring in a pair of runs and balloon this lead to 3. 2 RBI single for Mazzola makes it 5-2 Loggerheads. Good piece of hitting by Mazzola. And now Davis right back to Armstrong. She will collect and throw it over to first. That almost got a little dicey. But the inning ends. And it's just the 2 runs for the Loggerheads. They're trying to wrap this one up and secure a pretty good seed in the postseason. They're 3 outs away from doing so, up 5-2. Last chance for the Rodeo, down by 3. 5, 6, 7. Henderson, Franz, and Glover due up. First pitch in the dirt to Montgomery Henderson, who's 2 for 2. A couple singles in this game, including one that did not drive in a run but led to a run. Momentary defensive breakdown for the Loggerheads. That tied the game at 2, but that's all the Rodeo's gotten run-wise. And Michaela Smith working on the victory. She has been sparkling in relief. Probably, I think, the best outing I've seen from her here this summer. It's worked around a little chaos. Leadoff has reached a couple times, but big strikeouts and big moments. Trying to get the first out. Fly ball to right. Catch made. 1 down. I'll bring up Pearson, who's 0 for 2, strikeout and a line-out double play so far today. Called strike. Wasps are literally staring me in the face right now. 3-1. I mean, just sitting on this perch in my tower right in front of me, staring at me. I'm trying to be as still as I can, because I did get stung last year on the last day of the regular season. Ooh, look out. Full count. Three, 2. Called strike 3. Pearson couldn't believe it. But another K for Smith. 2 away, and now Carolyn Glover gets her first at-bat. Out of Nevada. Glover hitting .250, 5 of 20. Glover with 7 RBIs, a homer, a double, 2 runs scored. On base percentage, .348, so pretty solid in that area. Rodeo just trying to get the tying run to the plate, but so far that has been tough sledding against Michaela Smith, who's in line to get the win. .30. That came out of nowhere. 4-pitch walk. And in steps Sam White. White has not recorded an official at-bat so far. Sacrifice in the second, walk in the fifth. And in comes Herbert to run, as she has a lot today. First pitch. White swings and misses. One and two. Little low, 2 and 2. I go right back to that off speed. It's been the dirtiest pitch Smith has had today. You almost got the strikeout right there. Throw it again. 2-2. There it was, and it's a base hit. The throw in from third, and now White's trying for second, and the ball was dropped. Then Herbert stumbled. She'll score. It's a 2-run game. Tying run coming to the plate. A single for White. Herbert comes around to score, and the tying run Miller steps in. What a bizarre scenario we have found ourselves in. That was all kinds of weird. They would have probably had White at second too if that was gloved cleanly. By the way, over on the other field, the Slice just beat the Finns 17-6. Oh, goodness gracious. So the Slice already had the top seed secured. That's now 100% done. Have to do some math, see where the Finns will fall. Miller, right back to Smith. She'll throw to first, and that will wrap it up. Little late drama, but nothing Michaela Smith can't handle. And the Loggerheads wrap up the regular season with a 5-3 win over the Rodeo. With the victory, the Loggerheads move to 7-9 this summer. The Rodeo dropped to 7-8, and we will see where their fate falls in the postseason. Loggerheads are going to be in a really good spot, and we'll cover that more once we get the rest of the results here today. So glad that you could join us. What a performance by Michaela Smith in relief. Absolutely outstanding. as the Loggerheads win it 5-3. We got to get ready for the next game. So for everybody from the FGCL, I'm Gray Robertson saying so long. Loggerheads win it to wrap up the regular season. They're now 7-9.